That was actually something they added in midway into Smash 4. A lot of people don't remember. Yeah. And I feel like it was a really big addition because it's like...
That changes the game.
Yeah.
And it made Wiimote viable.
Yes. Funny enough.
They quickly realized that if you have a Wii remote and you only have 2 buttons, you can't smash attack.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem. So we're going into Dio versus Karma. Karma's going to be starting off with this young one.
Where are we in bracket? This is not what.
Definitely not winners semis. I have to take a guess. This is like losers round 5, something like that, with a bracket this size. But going into Pokemon Stadium 2 for the first game, and I feel like this is a pretty solid stage to go into for these characters. Wolf has no issue with controlling the platforms or moving the battles to the ledges. And then Young Link, if he gets his spacing proper with his projectiles, can make this a zoning hell for someone as aggro as Dio. But we'll see where we go. I know Karma's been on the hype train for Young Link, as well as Mega Man. Mega Man being one of the more prominent characters that Facey played towards the end of Smash 4. And I have to ask his opinions on Donkey Kong. I know Donkey Kong is a pretty potent character, but nonetheless, it is Young Link we have on the board. You know, between Karma and Darktooth, I'm actually excited to see where Young Link goes. Because this is another character that's new that a lot of people have high hopes for, that I'm seeing a lot of representation of on Long Island, but not in the city. The city has, like, banded together on the Palutena hype train and has a respectable amount of Snake players.
So this is losers round 7.
7, okay, so this is pretty deep in.
2 more rounds to get to losers quarters.
Nice. So we still got a bit of a journey ahead of us, for those of you who tuned in. Now we're going to be starting to burn the midnight oil, and I'm looking forward to it.
So Young Link, there's a lot of cool setups you do with his projectiles. I love being able to just like throw like arrows out, throw the boomerang out, get the bomb in play, and really force your opponent to play around a minefield of mess that you put out there.
Yeah, a lot of his tools are like the tried and true for all types of Link across all Smash games.
Like, look at that setup. You almost tried to hit him right into the bomb going off there. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of smart things you can do with the bomb.
There's also a lot of smart things you do while not being smart at all.
Yeah, you could just like throw projectiles until your brain receives oxygen.
And you could just accidentally get something sick like that. Again, the boomerang hit into the grab.
The boomerang clashed with side B off of Wolf, and it just sort of dipped. That's funny. Okay, but one thing I want to bring up regarding the projectiles that Young Link has is that unlike the rest of the Link family, I guess, something that Young Link is capable of doing is stringing all of his projectiles together upwards for vertical chains leading into kills with hero spin. If you do your use the flame arrows and keep jumping with them, you can actually secure the kill upwards if you finish it off with a bomb.
I was playing Bartek last night, playing his DK, and just like throwing out those Link arrows, throwing out the fire arrows against DK, and it's just like, welcome to the no fun zone.
Yeah, man. That's like, people don't like the zoners because of that, and that's always been a facet of Link play. Young Link, no slouch in that maneuver. However, you can't count out Wolf on that front. I mentioned this with his blaster earlier on in tonight's stream, but the fact that it's so large and slow actually makes it really effective for controlling space, because there's very little startup on it to begin with.
Well, think about it like a fireball in Street Fighter. It creates a safe approach. You can't go through it, you got to dodge through it. If you dodge through it, you're going to get grabbed.
Exactly. It's very different from what people were projecting earlier on when they saw this projectile as slow as it was. They're like, oh man, this isn't going to cover space. This isn't going to do much for me.
But the thing is, you throw it from far away and suddenly the world is your oyster.
Bringing it back to the match at hand. And look at the percentage that's on board for both of these guys. They are hurting, man.
Next big hit is going to take this one.
I feel like the problem for Karma is that a lot of
he's got to get in.
He's got to get in, but a lot of Dio's attacks hit a lot harder.
Dio's fine sitting out there, and he should just sit out there. He should just be poking with the projectiles. Eventually, he'll get something to connect.
Like, all he really needs is
oh man,
up air, back air. If he gets the sweet spot in there, he can get that done with too. Forward tilt also, I actually think, would be Dio's main way of ending this out if he ends it on his terms.
See, Karma's just kind of letting him come back on stage. He's not really challenging the edge there. Oh.
Dash attack, a boot right to the face. Yeah. That's grisly.
That'll do.
All right. And game one's going to go in Dio's favor.
Barely.
Wolf has such sick win quotes. But they're hilarious if you take the context of the match at hand. Because he's so cocky. Meanwhile, the entire last minute and a half of that match was Karma juggling Dio. And the occasional trades are what really led to Karma losing it out. All right, with game two bringing us into Final Destination, I feel like this is a bit of a better stage for Karma's zoning purposes. But
oh yeah, no platforms to stop the projectiles from raining down on Dio. That's where I would go.
I just feel like it's a bit of a dangerous pick against Wolf because it's a bit of a smaller stage. Karma's going to have to work a lot harder for commanding the stage control. And if he ends up losing it, it's
good use of shield there on the get-up.
Forward tilt so fast from Wolf. I'm actually very surprised with how good of a spacing tool it is. It's like you would think that the blaster was enough to zone out, but the fact that forward tilt goes so far and is so safe, it's like you can command a good amount of space. It's an excellent get off tool, but so is that forward smash.
That'll take the first stock. Karma with a good opportunity here to take Wolf's first stock and even this matchup.
You know, we saw Young Link on stream earlier behind the control of Darktooth. And I think it's a really interesting dynamic to see two different approaches on this character, where Karma is much more aligned for using the projectiles to rack up damage and try and secure space, whereas Darktooth was looking to use a lot more of the close-range tools.
I feel like Darktooth was just trying to play like Melee Falcon.
He was playing Melee with Young Link. But I feel like there's something worth looking at for that. Like, what does playing Melee with this character really bring you? And I think the main difference
is running into a brick wall right now.
I think it's just Karma's scared to approach. He doesn't know what tools are going to allow him safe venture inwards on Wolf or what's going to trade well.
Short hop forward air.
Short hop forward air will get the link. But getting that link, how about getting that stock off Young Link? This is looking like a done deal.
Not over yet. We've seen some interesting things happen so far in this game. Darktooth actually almost had an incredible comeback in his set.
Yes.
Almost looking like he was getting the 3 stock, but good use of hero spin on the ground there to punish that bad roll.
Yeah, it's worth noting the hero spin's still stronger on the ground than it is in the air and can be charged. I don't know if Young Links can be charged. I'll have to double check that myself. I'm not fairly certain it can. Nonetheless, it is a good reversal option. We've seen Karma go for a couple of times now.
Good mix-up on the get-up option there.
Dio finally remembering
that he has a reflect.
And in a more projectile-happy matchup like this, that reflect is very strong. And unfortunately, the hook shot out deep is what kept Karma from really being able to return to stage. But Dio takes that and it's too well.
Weaklings, a lot of
you see what I mean with Wolf?